So you're thinking about buying a property with a hard money loan?
Hey, today we're going to talk about how you can buy a property using a hard money lender, either from us, Cash Flow Properties, or Spark Properties. Hey guys, how are you? You're interested in purchasing a wholesale deal from us. You don't have all the funds to purchase the property. I want to tell the details. I want to explain to you guys the details on how you can benefit and leverage using a hard money lender on buying a property from us. First of all, why don't you explain what the points is and the interest?
Okay, so when you buy a property, you're trying to buy a property cash. Usually it's a wholesale deal or a deal that is in the market or off the market, and it cannot be financed because it's either destroyed or for any other reasons. So then your next step would be to find a hard money loan. And this is actually a great tool or a great thing you can do, but you have to keep in mind that the fees are going to be much higher. So what are the fees? You can look at hard money loans in our area or in the market right now for about 12% annually, and that's interest only that you pay. So you pay about 1% every month. So let's say you get a $100,000 loan, you're going to be looking at paying about $1,000 for the loan every month. This is just interest. And then at the end of the loan, usually the loans are done for 1 year. And if you have a good standing with the lender, they might extend longer. We don't recommend this. At this point, you should already know or have an exit strategy.
Exactly. Yeah, the point of a hard money loan, like Michelle was saying, was banks are not going to lend on properties that are not in habitable condition. So if you're buying a property from your neighbor and the property is beautiful and it's renovated and it's for you to live in there, yeah, you can get qualified with a mortgage lender and buy that property. But if it's a wholesale deal, a property that you're buying under market value, usually it's because it needs renovations. Maybe the roof is damaged, there's broken windows, there's broken tiles, it's not in habitable condition, and the banks do not want to lend on properties where families are not living in there. So this is where the hard money lenders or private investors step in and lend money to investors like you and like us, so they can get money at a good interest, and it's a short-term loan for you as an investor. If you're buying a property to fix and sell, you're going to be able to flip it, and within 6 months to a year, you're going to be able to pay it back. If you're buying a rental property, you can then fix it, rent it, refinance, and then pay these investor back. Again, Exactly. It's a short-term loan.
Another fee associated with hard money loans are the points. So the points are charged at the closing table, and this is usually a percentage that the hard money lender keeps, as a forward money that you pay to them. They don't have to wait for the first month to get paid. And so this is usually 1, 2, or 3 points, which means it's equal to saying 1%, 2%, or 3% of the loan amount. So, this is something that you're going to be paying at the closing table. So you need to take this into account. Now, depending on your hard money lender and the relationship you have with them, some hard money lenders will charge you inspection fees, they will charge you filing fees, things like that. Some of them won't. So you just have to kind of go shopping in the market and see what options you have. And great places to know different hard money lenders so that you can call them up and shop around is at the investor meetings.
Exactly. Just be aware that these investors, they're lending the money to you, but they're lending the money based on the property. So most likely they're not going to care if you have good credit or bad credit. They're going to care about the property value. That's why here's the most important part of the hard money lenders. They're probably not going to lend you 100% of the purchase price. They're probably going to lend you 65, 70, sometimes even 75, sometimes even 80% of the purchase price. Meaning if you're buying a property for $100,000, they're probably going to lend you $65,000 to $75,000. So you have to come in with 25, 30, 35% down payment, I would say it, or that would be your portion to come in at, and then they would charge you the points based on that. On those, for example, they're lending you 70% of the purchase price, so then they're going to charge you the 2 or the 3 or the 4 points, whatever points it is, for those $70,000, not for the entire purchase price of the property, but only for the loan amount, as well and as the interest, like Michelle was saying, is usually 12% a year, sometimes even is 14% a year. But let's say it's 12% to make numbers easy. It's gonna be a 1% per month. That again, that's gonna be based on the $70,000 that they're lending you.
Exactly. That's exactly it. So yes, it is a little bit higher than what you would find in a bank or any lending institution. But you have to remember, these lending institutions or these banks most likely won't lend you for these properties because you're getting it dirt cheap. You're getting them super cheap. And a big reason for that is because they're destroyed and they need to be repaired. Now, if you do find this deal, don't back out just because you don't have regular or conventional financing. You can always leverage with a hard money lender.
Exactly, and the most important part about using a hard money lender is they're investor friendly. Everybody knows that when you're buying a property like this, time is money. And when a contract says closing date is, for example, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, there's no time for appraisal, there's no time for inspections, there's no time for insurance, there's no time for any of that. There's only time for, hey, let's get the loan approved, let's move forward. The first thing the lender is going to do is value the property or estimate what the after repair value is, to know that even if, like, they want to protect their money. If you don't pay their payment every month, they can foreclose on the property, list it, and sell it right away. That's the first thing they're going to do. Yes. So that's why they only lend you 70% of the purchase price. So if you don't pay that interest, or if you default on your mortgage, they can take over the property and they can sell it quick and they can get their money back right away. But because they're investor friendly, they're going to move much quicker. They're going to be friendlier as an investor. They're going to understand the language of a contract. They're going to talk directly with the title company, and they're going to be more reliable than any other bank. Any other bank, when you're doing a conventional loan, they're not going to care if the closing date is July 30th. Most likely they're going to say, oh, well, because the lender needs 15 more days, we need to extend it. No, there's no extension here because these deals are cash. And yeah, you can use a hard money loan, but these contracts are not subject to you getting a loan. You're still responsible for getting the cash if the lender doesn't step in or finding another lender. That's why these investors and these hard money lenders are so proactive and so investor friendly. So just to wrap this up, if you guys are buying any properties from us, if you guys are getting any deal from us, just let us know. We work with many hard money lenders. And again, the quick thing is you're gonna have 2 or 3 points, maybe sometimes even 4 points, 12 to 14% interest a year, and they're gonna lend you about 70%. That will be the average loan, depending on the property, depending on your experience as well, depending on the value of the deal, and depending on how quick you need to close.
That's right, and we work with many investors. We're here to answer your questions. Even if you don't live in the United States, we can help you.
Exactly. So let us know how we're doing. Let us know if you guys have any questions, and we'll see you guys in the next video.